Hi and welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham. I'm in Singapore and I'm at the Tribeca Future Facing Commodities Conference where I'm having a chat to an old mate of the Roadhouses in Andrew Haythorpe of Allup Silica. Andrew, good to see you again.
Wally, great to be here, thanks, and thanks for your time today.
Oh, pleasure, mate. Now, look, Allup Silica, we're looking at your little map here, and you've got quite a swag of projects up and down Western
Indeed.
Australia. We were chatting just before we came on air, and you were saying that your Southwest project is your most advanced. So what's happening there?
It is. So with the Southwest project, we call it Sparkler. We've got a resource there that we defined a couple of years ago actually now. So we've been doing further work, which is more drilling, more metallurgy, talking more with Bunbury Port in particular, all with the objective of advancing that project towards mining lease application and then feasibility study and ultimately, of course, production.
Yeah. All right, so have you got a resource there yet, or are you still drilling that up?
We've got a 70 million tonne resource that we announced inferred 2 years ago now, I think it was, Wally. So the work that we're doing now is aimed at really improving the confidence and the detail around that resource so that we can, out of that whole resource, we can say, right, here's the data that supports a mine plan with high specification silica, which of course high specification gets you the better prices, and then that's the basis to talk to customers and to the port at the same time.
So your market for your silica, where are we looking?
Like all commodities these days, Wally, pretty much all of the production from West Australia is destined for China and or some other locations around Asia, but it's definitely Asian market. The good news for us is the glass industry is quite spread across the whole ASEAN region. It is dominated by China, of course, but there are other areas that, of course, also manufacture glass and glass products.
And of course, when we say glass, okay, we just don't mean glass. Here we mean highly specialised glass in specialised uses.
Yeah, so the high value glass, certainly the glass that's sort of in that 50, 60, 70, 80 US dollar a tonne price range. That glass is very low iron content and high purity silica. And that's what's really going into the photovoltaic industry, solar panels. And of course the growth in solar panels has been dramatic and continues to rise as we move forwards.
Yeah.
So the market window of opportunity for high purity silica, and the price is right, the volume's there, the demand is there. And we think the future's pretty bright for photovoltaic glass.
And as we were mentioning before, you're in WA, which is proving to be quite a good region for a product such as yours, this high silica sand.
Totally. Well, the good news is there's been many precedents before us, and of course I reflect back on the iron ore industry back there 50 years ago. There was a time when West Australia had no iron ore according to the federal government, and of course a certain gentleman called Lang Hancock came along and convinced not just the federal government but a large mining house as well that there is iron ore in West Australia. And then of course they had to build the railway, the ports and the infrastructure to export iron ore then to Japan. But there was a time in the 1950s where we didn't produce or sell any iron ore. Now look at us.
Yeah. And I suppose we're reaping the benefit of the ports. Speaking of the ports, you're going through the Bunbury port down south.
We are.
And again, we were talking before because you're also going out the Wyndham port up north.
Exactly.
And you were explaining to me there's a little bit of a difference just to, we think WA, we're going out those ports, but there is a difference in those ports.
Oh, totally. The southern ports are very well utilised with grain production and mineral production exports. So the southern ports are generally very well utilised. So you're competing for capacity. Wyndham, on the other hand, is a bit of a lost port in terms of most people's focus and minds. And Wyndham Port's a great opportunity for expansion and for us to start shipping, tonnage through Wyndham. And of course, the other benefit, which we don't think about so much in Australia, it's so much closer to Asia. I mean, we really are on the doorstep of Indonesia / Malaysia, Singapore, and China, of course, beyond.
Yeah, and so it's not as big as a boat trip. It's more than a 3-hour tour.
Exactly.
Yes. All right. Okay. All right, Andrew. Thank you very much. Look, it's great to catch up again. We haven't had a chat about Allup Silica for a while, so it's good. But make sure you also keep in touch, and so that we can tell the viewers all about it.
Thanks, Wally. Likewise, and thank you everyone for today.